Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today's video is a little interesting. Oh wait, it's not interesting at all, because I have a couple of these. They're little glass containers, yeah, they're glass, of Nutella, and they're so small. I don't know if you could make one sandwich with this. I think if you scraped every piece of Nutella out, you could make a sandwich with this. But I have to ask, why? What is the point in such a small jar of Nutella? And I think the answer to this is actually very rooted in human psychology, and I think it's a multitude of very different factors that have combined to make this a product that people actually would buy for multiple dollars, when for not much more you could get a full normal container of Nutella. It's a common fact that people like small, cute things, right? You know, and people like presents. So, it makes sense that Nutella, oh, I like Nutella. Oh, look, my grandmother or whoever got me a little jar of Nutella. Oh, it's so little, it's so cute. But I think it goes deeper than that, right? Because it can't just be that the jar of Nutella is cute and that it's small. There has to be something more, right? And this is what I think, okay? I think people want something that's easy to be able to be used. They want to be able to, get something quickly and easily, and they want to be able to use it like they're greater than it. People like watching bad movies, right? Well, think about it. If you watch a bad movie, you can be like, oh, well, I'm so much greater than this movie. Like, I'm on top of it, I'm looking down, I'm relaxing, I'm already at the top of the hill. This movie sucks. But you watch a good movie, with a ton of VFX or just a ton of practical stuff or something that just took a lot of work, and you're like, well, I couldn't do that. And then you feel sad inside. But with this Nutella, it's a very physical manifestation of that. It's a very literal sense of being bigger than it. You can look at this Nutella and you can think, this is small. I could use this in 5 seconds. I'm greater than it. In every way, I'm greater than this jar of Nutella. In a way, I'm not greater than, I don't know, a 3DS. You can't run games in your head, right? You can't do half the things that 3DS can do. Obviously, you're smarter than it and more powerful than it. In a lot of ways, maybe not the best example. But it can also do a ton of things you can't. And you definitely don't understand how it works. Well, I'm sure somebody does, but most people, including me, do not fully understand how a 3DS works, nor anything, including the camera that's recording this on, or the device that you're watching this on. So, when you have something that you feel like you're greater than, why do you need that? I think it's kind of the same thing as like comfort food, or just a task that you can do mindlessly. You don't have to think about it. And sometimes it doesn't even matter if the thing is something that you are actually greater than. We're very good at tricking ourselves and making ourselves think, whatever we want to think. And in the case of this Nutella here, it's not just, I'm bigger than this Nutella, but you could just be playing a game and relaxing to the game. Do you know how the game works? Probably not. Do you know how Nutella is even made? Probably not. But you can think to yourself, this is just chocolate or something, and it's in a glass container. I know how glass works, lightning strikes sand, and I know how plastic is made. It's like a thing that they injection mold or something. And you can stop there and you can be happy with yourself. And most people don't introspect any further. They don't think any more about the Nutella. But you see, that's where I feel that I stray from the path that most people take. Because I look at this Nutella and I think to myself, what is Nutella? Like, what even is that? How do they, warrant making jars this small? How do they know people will buy this? These are all things that I've been thinking about. I've been looking at this jar of Nutella for weeks. I had it since Christmas. You can tell because it's Christmas themed. Sometimes I will just sit and look at it for hours, just thinking to myself, how can some people be so content with a jar this small? And why am I not? Why do I look at this jar and think to myself, that's just not it? You know? It's an interesting thought. I just realized the TV's blank. Well, there's an issue there. I had to figure that out at some point. And here's the conclusion I've come to about this. I think instead of wanting to feel above something, crave the feeling of being helpless. And now, not in a weird way, but just like, it's like my brain wants to be like, oh, I'm stressed out. I don't know what to do. I gotta work through this pain. But I also think that usually when I'm talking to people about learning or doing stuff that's hard, I'm like, oh, I hate that. So do I actually like hating it? I'm not so sure. And while this, is a little unsettling to think like, well, I don't even really understand myself, and I used to think I did, and used to think I was different. Maybe I am similar to people who would buy this and receive this as a present, but maybe I'm not. And, this whole thing proves, I think, no matter what I think about myself, I'm still different in the fact that I'm going through these lengths to talk about a jar of Nutella, but I'm not here to say how I'm so special. I'm here to say, why aren't you? Why aren't you thinking about this? How can we be so blind as to have stuff like this in our world that we don't even question? We don't even want to question. Should we question it? For me, it's an easy question to answer. Yeah, of course I want to question it, but why? Why do I want to feel this way? I don't have to. I can just enjoy the Nutella for the 2 seconds it takes to eat it. I don't have to go introspective and all this just to find myself. But why do I feel this need? And the more I think, the less I feel I need to. Because even though I want to, does it really matter in the end? I'm not saying when we all die and stuff. I'm not even going that far. I'm just being like, tonight, when I go to sleep, am I going to be still thinking about this Nutella? Or am I just going to go, ooh, and drift off to sleep and, not remember what I dreamt about last night and go on the next day to do whatever society asks of me? Is this just a waste of time? And in all factual accounts, if you really think, of course this is a waste of time. But I can't disagree with it, no matter how much I want to. And this brings us back to why am I making this video. And I think the final reason is because I have doubt. I have doubt in myself that this is something that's worth thinking about. But there's a little voice in me. The two halves of my brain are arguing about whether it even matters. And I myself don't know. And sharing this with you might make you or I come to some realization about Nutella. And, well, the Nutella is more of a physical representation of this idea of just why? Why do some people feel the need to go all high and above, and some people just are like, enjoy life, that's all that matters. Not that that's below it, that's the popular opinion in society. Although I do think it is slowly changing. I think a lot of people are realizing that, as long as they're happy. And I don't have all the answers, of course. Nobody does. But I think the closest I can get tonight, right now, is that all that matters is the fact that we're alive and breathing and talking about it, and less of the nitty-gritty and the conclusions we come to, or even where we start. And isn't that beautiful? And so with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now!